Welcome to Blinkers Off with your hosts, Jared Welch and Aaron Halterman.
Okay, let's get out of the way. Yeah, Magic Mike Show, defending champions. We lost last year. In fact, we finished last. Mistakes were made, lessons were learned. Important thing is, nobody's pregnant. So instead, we want to start this year by congratulating the winning team, Shouty and Davey. Well, we want to. We're not going to. Screw you. Screw your bullshit beginner's luck. Screw Davey's sorry-ass excuse for a mustache. You want to see a good-looking mustache? Check this shit out. Boom! That's right. Top Gun Magic's in the house, baby. And I'm sorry, ladies. Back off! And speaking of screwing, let's take some time to thank Bob Baffert for waiting until the Fantasy League was officially over last year before killing Cave Rock.
Fatality.
Really appreciate you making us hold on to literal dead weight for the entire 7-month campaign so that we end up getting jack all from our 3rd overall pick. And instead of Cave Rock running roughshod over the other 3-year-olds, your 6th most talented horse was the only one strong enough to survive your sweatshop and win what's actually the 4th best Triple Crown race. I can't wait to see how you ruin things for me this year, you white-haired wanker. Can beginner's luck strike twice? We're going to find out with our latest new team, but what I'd really love to find out is why we now have 11 teams in the league. Our Lord God in heaven thought that the number 10 was good enough when he wrote his commandments, but apparently 10 isn't enough for the dictator. I was surprised when Aaron announced that this was the new team this year, not because of who's in it, but because he named them Team Double Ds, and anyone who's met them knows there's nothing even single about those Ds. Let's review their credentials. Dr. Ronald Tang, board certified in internal medicine, medical oncology, hematology, and is a cum laude graduate of UCLA with his undergraduate degree in molecular cell and developmental biology, earned his hematology oncology fellowship training at UCI, also held his internal medicine residency at LAC USC Medical Center. He held his osteopathic categorical internal medicine internship at Valley Hospital Medical Center in Las Vegas. And during study period, he got to hold a stripper in his lap. Dr. Tang is the recipient of many awards, has authored countless case reports, and has also been featured on global media outlets including ABC World News Tonight, Good Day LA on Fox 11, NBC, and CBS. Dr. Miranda Bungie paid hundreds of thousands of dollars and spent a decade of her time to learn how to do this. Hey, look, I just saved myself a copay. Anyway, good luck. Glad to see Dr. Tang is taking a break from curing the world of cancer to focus on a horse racing fantasy league. Doc, if this is how you prioritize your time, no wonder your kids think Tyler's their daddy. I'd also like to welcome Michael Austin, proof that there's not a height requirement to join the fantasy league. Michael was with us at the Breeders' Cup this past year, got to meet everyone, including my wife and kid. That was the biggest mistake I made all weekend, and I thought Chalice was winning the juvenile fillies. My wife was real complimentary about Michael after meeting him, though. She said, "He's so cute and small, he's like a little kid. I bet he even cuts the crust off before he eats the pussy." For months, nobody knew how to pronounce Michael's last name. Is it Austin? Is it Ocean? Turns out it's, oh shit, Dan's team is getting last again. That's right, Michael's punishment for months of begging Aaron to let him into the league is to be partnered up with Wise Dan, a man whose last partnership went so well that the other guy literally quit horse racing. Some people know this already, but Wise Dan's the person responsible for introducing me to horse racing 8 years ago. Eventually, I traded in a career I spent nearly 2 decades building to work in horse racing, and I just want to say, Dan, thank you for ruining my life. You know, adding a new team, adding another player, it's all really big changes. And, you know, looking back, 2023 was a year full of changes for Jared. Bought a new house. He helped hillbillies discover the internet. The biggest change, though, was the total makeover he got. Threaded eyebrows, pec implants, bleached teeth, waxed taint. If it wasn't for his beard, he'd be the most bangable broad in the league. Not that it looks that bad on him, but I didn't like Bush 20 years ago, and I still don't today. I gotta say, though, I envy you, Jared. You helped Aaron build this league from the ground up. You've won this league multiple times, and still, nobody thinks you have a goddamn clue what you're doing. The greatest trick the devil ever played was convincing the world that he did not know anything about fantasy horse racing. I see you sandbagging, Jared. Respect. One team you can never accuse of sandbagging is Jon and Ryan, and not just because Jon's too old to lift a sandbag or because Ryan's too weak. These men believe in the word integrity. They believe in doing things the right way. And most importantly, they believe in using dial-up internet. Ryan just moved from Beverly Hills all the way out to Ventura to escape the hustle and bustle of the big city. It's just too bad he couldn't escape that haircut. Now that the shine's worn off and the Nuke kids are now yesterday's news, can we finally stop pretending that Shotty and Davey know what they're doing? It's like when the Vegas Golden Knights made the NHL Cup Finals in the first year of their team's existence. Nobody outside of that alcoholic, flea-ridden town gave a shit or even thought it would last. Sure, the Knights eventually got lucky again and they won the Cup 5 years later, and that could happen to Shotty and Davey too. It could, but I will say, if I'm still in the same league as these two bums in another 5 years, you can go ahead and kill me. The defending champs are so new that most people still don't even know who they are, especially Davey. That ugly-ass mustache is only the second creepiest thing about him. Davey's a track and field coach for young, impressionable women. Now, that might sound like a terrible idea, but if you really think about it, it's genius. If you were a young, impressionable woman, is there anything you can imagine that would be scarier than this guy running after you? You thought Flojo was fast. Davey once trained a state record holder simply by standing next to her as a starting gun went... Just save myself another copay. Vinny's my favorite rival in the league, and it's not just because he's a terrible fantasy player. Vinny's best year in the fantasy league was when he still had a partner, and I really think that's what he needs to contend again. Just look at the great teams who have won the league. The Magic Mike Show, John and Ryan, Shotty and Davey, Jared and his pocket pussy. You know, that's what Vinny needs. Vinny needs his own pocket pussy he can rely on when times get hard and he doesn't think he can come in first. Maybe look into that. We were lucky enough to see Geist at the Breeders' Cup last month, and I almost didn't recognize him. He looks so much different. You know, Geist, I really like what you've done with your look, especially your hair. I just wish that someone knew where it went. Geist always shows up to draft night dressed to the nines. We should take his picture, hang it up in prison. Here are all the sex offenders. Geist is someone most men would idolize. He has a beautiful wife, 2 perfect children, and enough money to outbid Amro Zidane. Unfortunately, Geist can't buy or build a fantasy team to save his life. At the end of the year, he always finishes somewhere between not good enough and maybe try bowling. Speaking of people pretending to be upstanding gentlemen, Paul's gonna be there. It's past Halloween. Paul's employees all dressed up as him as a joke, but the innocent people they blinded with their bald caps weren't laughing. Paul doesn't look good on everyone, and I'm jealous that Paul can pull off trying to look for so long that he just wore everyone down, and we said, yeah, okay, fine, whatever, just do it and shut up already. Kind of like Heather on Aaron's honeymoon. You know, unlike the horses he drafts, Paul is surprisingly fast, for an old man anyway. Just last week, he blew through a 7-minute mile that started at a graveyard. Of course, 3 guys with shovels were trying to chase him back inside, but let's talk about a team everybody loves, Kelby and Evil Stevel. Like, how can you not love a team that falls ass backwards into the first overall pick in last year's draft, takes Forte, positions themselves to win the league not once but twice, and both times cracked under the pressure like a back at Dr. Miranda's office? You know, I really gotta stop doing that or she'll never be able to pay off all those student loans. Stevel's the kind of guy you love to hang out with at the track, and by that I mean if you love to have too many wine coolers, piss your pants, spill water all over a table of computers, and pass out in a restaurant before 7 p.m. Luckily for them, Kelby's the serious one. I mean, the life of a talented in-demand blacksmith like Kelby, it starts at 3 a.m. He gets up from his corn bed, pulls the straw out of his crack, hops into his beat-up 82 square box Chevy, pops open a new pint of strawberry smoothie Smirnoff, and drives an hour to the barn while listening to the Backstreet Boys. Then after spending all day shoeing horses while trying not to get kicked in the head, poor bastard drives an hour back home to a fantasy league that keeps kicking him in the ass, and to a teammate who keeps kicking Kelby's door because he's too blackout to find the handle. Forget about Ernie Belmonte. Kelby Von Himmel is horse racing. Aaron, why are you the way that you are? Just because you're the dictator, you don't have to be a dick all the time. Same reason why you aren't a 40-year-old virgin just because you dress like one. A fun fact about Aaron is that he's multilingual. He speaks English, redneck, Cajun, and whatever the hell that sound was he made when Fierceness won the Breeders' Cup. Due to his steadfast commitment to doing his job on a weekly, nay, daily basis, Aaron appears on the Racing Dudes YouTube channel more than anyone else. If you're watching this, you know that. And because of that, last year, Aaron decided to upgrade his office with lots of little knickknacks and trinkets in the background. And you can see plenty of that cool stuff on screen, but what you don't know, he also has a giant framed inspirational poster hangs directly behind his computer that reads as follows. My philosophy about life is that we may not be in it for a long time, but we're in it for a good time. The man who said that is Bob Baffert. He's a lying, cheating scumbag son of a bitch, and so are you. The only thing you've ever done right in your miserable, pathetic existence as dictator was let Mike Somich and I join the fantasy league. So in closing, to each and every fan who loves us out there, you're welcome. We're back, we're ready to kick some ass, and we're gonna see you at the draft.
Well, wow. What is up? I don't know why I need to do an introduction there. We just let Magic ramble for 10 minutes. But hey, this is Blinkers Off. And if you haven't figured it out by now, it is the 11th annual Racing Dudes Triple Crown Fantasy League Draft Night. Halterman, what's up, man?
What is up? Welcome everybody to the show officially here as we've gotten through the Magic promo. I did get the pleasure of hearing this morning. I had to approve it for the channel. So maybe I shouldn't have done that, but I said go ahead and do it anyway. So yeah, Magic with a great promo there. Oh man, I was just dying laughing. Just incredible. So great job, Magic, but now it's time to get serious, sir. So let's do it.
There was a few lines you missed on Magic, but 90% of it was just killer. The Michael Austin part where he's like, and Dan's like, it's actually pronounced "oh shit."
I don't know why, but the sandbagging part where he said John's too old to carry a sandbag and Ryan's too weak. That it just got me so good this morning. Yeah. I about fell out of my chair. So yeah, he had some good ones, no doubt.
He's like I told him earlier today when I watched like 2 minutes of not even about a minute, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna save it for my my live reaction on the show. And yeah. I texted him, I was like, you are a special person. Like I'd like to know how long it took him to record that, and not just how long it took him to record it, but like kind of the ins and outs and where Celeste was and what was going on in the house during this. Very weird, something that only Magic would create. So well done.
Yeah. Papa Dude, he showed Papa Dude this morning as well. And Papa Dude thinks it's talk show worthy. He thinks he needs to call Jimmy Kimmel or somebody like that, Seth Meyers, and put it on one of those shows. So I said, I don't really know if it's that good, Papa Dude, but that is very nice of you to say. So
I mean, honestly, I thought you were gonna go the other way with that. So
no, he absolutely loved it, Jared. He thought it was the greatest thing he's ever seen.
Well, I guess it is time to get sort of serious here. We've got, 15, 20 people here in the background that are waiting to draft. If people don't know, we do this, it's 11th annual action, obviously. So Halterman and I did this for several years, just him and I. Added a few here and there, and then now we're up to 11 teams. And we basically are sitting here going to draft 11 teams worth of 5 horses that are all 2-year-olds, about to be 3-year-olds as they head towards the Kentucky Derby and the Kentucky Derby Trail and the Triple Crown Trail, really. So it's a good resource here for everybody listening that maybe even isn't into this fantasy aspect, but you're going to get 55 horses here in about over the course of the next hour and a half. 55 horses that you need to pay attention to as we head into 2024.
Yep, we've got 11 teams here. Each team's going to draft 5 Kentucky Derby hopefuls here. Hope that at least the teams that are drafting them hope they are. So, like Jared said,
most of mine aren't.
No. Right. But you get 55 horses. It's a snake-style draft. So we'll go 1 through 11, and then the team that picked 11 will then go 12 and start the next round, kind of like any fantasy sport. And look, this is always a lot of fun. I know you might be sitting here going, well, I don't really care what happens to these teams. Well, you shouldn't. But what you should care about is we've got a lot of really good handicappers that are here selecting Kentucky Derby hopefuls. And so you're kind of getting, okay, who are the 55 horses that these teams prefer? And look, this is my favorite show all year. I don't think there's any secret to it. So lots of texts. I was in Vegas last week with John, Ryan, and Paul, who have a new name that we'll announce on the show today. And it seems like every 30 minutes or so we were bringing it up. So it definitely is going to be fun. We're going to have a ton of fun with it, and we're going to learn about the Derby horses for 2024.
Well, it's a great it's just a great way, because even if you're like, I don't really care, then as soon as you draft your team, you're like, shit, I got to focus on these horses all year. And obviously you've changed the rules a little bit with the, how you can do that. You can add 20. Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate that. That's probably not going to end well for us, but appreciate the support. How you can claim a horse any time for 20 points. So versus previous years, it was, I think it was last year, the first year you did that.
Yeah. It used to be a little bit more as the months went on, but now it's just 20 points, and you can claim a horse at any time. And each week, I'll give updates on the website on who's got what. And again, it's just a good way to write about 55 Kentucky Derby horses. And like I said, with the claims, they're the relevant horses that are happening because, you're dropping horses that have kind of dropped out of it and getting new ones. So yeah, I mean, it's just a fun way to kind of go about it. And this is like, well, there you go. Nick says it's his favorite show, and it is mine as well. It's just so much fun. And we got a new team. So this is just going to be great.
Yeah, what is the first? Nick says, Dr. Tang will draft an unnamed horse that's training at Parks. What is your first, what team? We always have a team that randomly,
Sure.
Last year, I think it was the ways I can remember. Of course, I can't talk shit because they end up winning the league. But when they draft a filly in the fans team, we're all like,
yeah.
Okay. Of course, thanks for the help, but they didn't need it clearly. But who's the team out of this group? You think who's going to be the first? We're all sitting there scratching our heads.
Well, certainly John and Ryan, I think, right? Like Jon White. What can you really trust him? I'm not sure.
But when they do it, I'm like, I don't laugh. I'm like, oh shit, I need to write this one down.
Right? No, listen,
forget that one.
I'm not gonna say that about any of the teams. I think we've got a really good group this year. We've got a lot of guys that are really connected. We have a guy that's cured cancer in the league this year. And one of the best chiropractors. I'm missing the sound bite, but so listen, I think it's going to be a strong year. You look at, like you said, Shoutout and Davey. We were kind of like, oh boy, after the draft, they win it. Kelby and Evil Steve probably would have won it if Forte would have stayed healthy. So you got to respect everybody this year and really every year. That's kind of the point of it. We try to bring people on to know what they're doing.
There you go. All right. Well, let's not waste any more time because we got a ton of people waiting. Not patiently to draft their team and see who's going to be on their team. So today's show, that's all you're going to see. 11th annual Racing Dudes Triple Crown Fantasy League draft happening right now. Let's go. All right, Halterman, take her away, buddy.
All right. There's the board. So yeah, guys, this is how this is going to go. We've got 55 horses that are going to be drafted. If you watch Blinkers Off, you saw of a previous show, we've already got the draft order. We did draw just randomly for that. So we've got 11 people here on the board. And as you see, the number one pick, and if you kind of lose track, this will be up the whole entire time, this fantasy league draft board here. So I say we get to it. I say we get right to it, Jared. Kelby and Evil Steve are here. They're going to make the pick. Let's do it. Let's bring them on and let's get to it. Magic, are we playing the tune that we always play before each pick?
Do you want me to leave? And I'll leave. You take over.
Yeah, you leave because there you go. Is Magic going to be the one to make the play? I thought he did that last year, but I can do the draft chime this year. It looks like me. Okay, here we go. With the first pick in the draft. Here we go. All right, I've got Kelby kind of. He's a black box, and there's Evil Steve there. All right, guys, you've got the first pick. Let me know. Who you guys picking?
All right, so after much debate, I wanted to take that unnamed horse, filly, hip number 12,450 at the Fasig-Tipton sale earlier this spring. She was going to be running at Will Rogers Downs, so we could have gone and see her in a stakes race on Tuesday afternoon. But Kelby talked me out of it. He did pretty well picking Forte for us last year. So I'm listening to Kelby and going to go with Fierceness, another Poli, Pletcher horse, another Eclipse Award winner. So we'll take Fierceness with the first pick.
Yeah, here you guys are again. You got Forte last year. Now you get Fierceness. Steve, I'll ask you because I'm not sure Kelby's there or not. So I'll ask you, do you think this horse is going to be just as good as Forte?
I think it's got a good shot. It sounds like they're going to take a little bit different path with him this year. But, a City of Light out of a Nona Bella, Stay Thirsty. So I think it can get the distance. And, they got a good track record together. So we're hoping for big things. Just got to stay healthy.
All right. Well, I like it. I think it's a good pick, guys. So good luck with Fierceness. We'll see what happens, man. You guys were poised to win it last year. You got bad luck. Hopefully that horse stays healthy for you this year. All right. Thanks, guys. Very good first pick there. I don't think anybody's surprised. Anytime you get a 105 buyer there, you're going to be pretty darn tough. So Fierceness goes number one. But we've got to see who's going to go number 2. And this is our new team, the Team Double D's, right here, right now. Here we go. All right, going to bring Dr. Tang in here. But before we do have a video from your partner. I brought you in to clarify what this individual says, but this is what your partner sent in for the number 2 pick. Here we go.
With the second pick, Team Dr. Dick Jesus.
Okay, I'm glad that Magic added the name there, Doc. So go ahead. You guys are picking Nisos. Tell us why.
Yep, we're picking Nisos. Looking at him, his last race obviously only beat 2 or 3 other horses, but he looked very professional in doing it. We think he can get the distance. The gallop out was fantastic. I think Tough Luck Bob, we'll see what he can do, but I think this is a horse that he wants to promote. We'll see if he needs to move it to the Actine barn or whatever. That's the only concern that we had a little bit, but the horse looks great. That race was wonderful, and I watched the gallop out many times before finally we decided on this horse. So that's the way to go for us on this second pick.
All right, I agree. I think it's a really good pick. I do worry about what's going to happen when Bob has to give this horse up, but we'll see. Cross that bridge when we get there. All right, Doc. Thank you. That was good. I'm glad you were here to clarify. All right, let's go down to the third pick here. I can see some of the members of the league kind of down at the bottom, and one person is smiling from ear to ear. I'll play the music, and then we'll bring him in. All right, John and Ryan Stillman get the third pick. Ryan is here to represent the team tonight. Jon White texting in the picks to Ryan. All right, Mr. Stillman, let us know who you picking at number 3.
The Ryan John team is proud to participate in the Dudes 11th Annual Triple Crown Fantasy League Draft, and we are thrilled to take Nash with the number 3 pick. We believe he has tremendous talent, and we're crossing our fingers that he stays healthy.
I love it, Ryan. And are you very excited, or does it make you a little anxious that he actually is going to run on Saturday for no points? This league does not start officially till January 1. So anxious, excited. What's the feelings going into Saturday?
1,000% anxious. I mean, it's horse racing. Talk about a sport where it's like, you can worry about LeBron in a season or whatever, but these horses are fragile. We've seen it, right? Forte, anything can happen, and you can right out the gate look bad. Or even take a horse like Cyberknife, another Brad Cox horse who looked like a star, had a weird freaking just performance out of, you know what I'm saying? These horses can go, of course we're nervous, but Aaron, I want your opinion as the dictator and as someone people buy picks from and believe in. Do you feel right now these were the big 3 and that we whiffed this according to you or got it right in as far as this goes?
I feel like so far this has been 1,000% correct. I can't really argue with anything that's happened. This is what I expected to happen. Jared kind of alluded to when are we going to see the first kind of goof. We haven't seen it yet. I think these 3 are the logical 3. But Shoutout and Davey are on the board next, so we will see if they can continue the trend. So, Ryan, I do think this is right.
Good luck to the champs, but not too much good luck, I think is what we have to say here. So, fingers crossed. Thanks for having us.
All right, thank you, Ryan. We'll be seeing you here shortly as well. All right, pick 4. We'll go to Shoutout and Davey. Here we go. All right, Shoutout representing Team Shoutout and Davey. Shoutout Davey has left you alone here, so
he did.
Don't mess it up.
Well, first off, I need to shout.
Fight. Finish him. Fatality.
I forgot the video. That's great.
Need to shout out our mascot for last year. You got Mr. Barber Road. So last year we were so very blessed to be added to this fantasy league, and then we just somehow won, even with a filly and a maiden. So we're going to go a little bit the same route as we did last year. We're going to pick the 3rd place finisher in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Locked.
All right, so his official locked is the horse that will go at number 4. Not too surprising. I feel like that was definitely on the horizon there. we talked about it right after the Breeders' Cup, but I'll ask you so you could kind of fill the people listening in. We kind of felt like Locked ran pretty darn well. Just didn't kind of get his feet underneath him, right?
Yeah, and that's we're kind of hoping that he actually just worked the same day as Fierceness a couple days ago, and looks like he's working well. So we're hoping that maybe he'll outrun his stablemate.
I love it. Well, listen, I think it's a good pick, and listen, I'm not surprised. I think you did well here. So, are we expecting a filly in the next round? That's the question.
No.
Okay.
That's all I'll say.
Okay, sounds good. All right, Johnny, we'll see you back here real soon. All right, so this is not a full new team. This is actually Dan, who's been in the league forever, but Michael Lawson, a new partner here. So we replaced one Michael with another. All right, guys, this is kind of where it gets a little bit difficult. So let's play the music and let's see what Dan and Michael do. All right, I've got Dan and Michael here. Michael and Dan, I don't know if Dan's here or not. It looks like his microphone's on, so maybe he is. I'll kick it to you, though, Michael. Give us the pick.
Sure. Before I do that, I got to dump a little on some of the other picks. Kelby, of course, is going to curse Rapoli one more time. So I already know what's going to happen there. And then the doctor, who's supposed to be so smart, picked a horse that's trained by someone who can't even train in like the biggest race in this league. I get it. I mean, maybe it's like maybe it's Christmas just came early, because we are picking Sierra Leone for Chad Brown. Love the way this horse fits a lot of good patterns. We like him. Expensive horse, poor country, so hopefully the oxymoron happens. He doesn't live up to his namesake, but he's owned by Tabor and his pals. I think it's a Weisberg and maybe Peter Brandt. So this ownership has been chasing a Derby. He's a $2 million+ purchase. This is a good one. We're looking for Chad Brown to get his first Derby and hopefully see him in some of the other legs.
All right, Sierra Leone, he definitely ran a very good race in the Rimson. You got to think he's just going to get better and better. So Michael and Dan going Sierra Leone. I don't know. Maybe a tad early, but I don't think he was going to be there when you guys drafted again. So if you loved him, I appreciate it. So all right, guys, thank you, Michael. Good job, man. I like you talking shit. That was good.
Thanks, guys.
All right, so Michael gets the memo here that this is a shit talking league. Sierra Leone goes 5. Now we're going to bring in Geist, and we're going to see what he's going to do at 6. All right, there he is, guys. Listen, Magic said you're sharply dressed. You're laid back tonight. I like that. I like that a lot. So who are you taking at 6?
I would just like to say, Magic doesn't have a lot of confidence because he hasn't been shit talking at 5 a.m. this year. So, he can do this all he wants. But so of course, with the awesome draft position you've given me, you've boxed me into a tough luck Bob horse at this point, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and take Muth as probably the best available horse on the board who might not score any points.
We'll see. Muth ran very well. He ran a winning race, didn't you think, in the Breeders' Cup? Just ran into a buzzsaw, right?
Correct, yes.
Yeah. All right, you're going Muth. I think you had to take him, so good luck with him. And, the thing about you that kind of sucks is you're in the middle every round, so sorry.
I'm just throwing darts from here on out.
Okay, well, that sounds good. All right, thanks a lot. We'll see what Muth can do. All right, that can only mean one thing. I'm up next. I do have the horse I want, and you'll hear it at the next or after the music. Well, I was talking with the boys in Vegas. I said, well, at 7, I do think there is a horse that is going to fall my way that I would like. It's El Capi. I'm taking El Capi for the 7th horse here. I was very, very impressed with his debut win at Aqueduct. Got a 99 buyer that day. Sounds like Rick Dutrow going to be very patient with this horse. He's been on fire. He's dying to get in the big scene, win another Derby. So, well, not win a second Derby, I should say. He did win it with Big Brown. So, yeah, listen, I think El Capi is going to be a really nice horse. He's a little bit of a risk because he just has the one race, but I'll take it here with number 7. All right, with number 8, we've got a guy known as Free Beers, known as Free Bears, but he has a new name. You'll hear his new name, and you'll hear his pick next. All right, Paul. First of all, announce to the world what your new name is.
Well, this came from Vegas, and I got to give a big shout out to my man Ryan Stillman for helping us get there. But this would be the original Double D's.
Mm-hmm. I love that. And why would your name be called that?
Well, I do have the most fantastic wife in the world. I will just leave it at that. So.
All right, the original Double D's. Free the Double D's, Paul. Here we go. All right, Paul. Like I said, your wife, maybe a different show. You can see the Double D's. Reach out to Paul privately for that one. All right, Paul, let's go with your pick here. Who do you want with the 8th pick?
Real quick, before I announce that, you'll have to subscribe to the OnlyFans channel to get that one. But
okay, I'm already a subscriber. It's not that high.
So, actually, the horse that I'm going to pick right now, I attempted actually to trade up with Shoddy just so I had a shot to get him. But the cards have fallen, and here he is setting for me to take him at number 8. So Knightsbridge is off the board.
All right, Knightsbridge going to be your pick here. I had him ranked pretty high. I was kind of praying he would come in the second round, but I really didn't think I would get him. Tell us about Knightsbridge, why you really like him.
Well, a couple things I really like about him. One, Godolphin, they know what they're doing when it comes to horses. Obviously, Nash is going to run on Saturday. That's one of theirs. But if you look at his bloodline, so he's a Nyquist out of a Bernardini mare, which is the exact same cross that Nisos, which is the horse that was drafted number 2 overall in this league, went. And he's also Bill Mott. I mean, Bill Mott is a true professional when it comes to training horses. And if Knightsbridge is good enough, he'll have him there.
All right, Knightsbridge going at number 8. I'm with you. I really like this horse. I think it's a good pick there at 8. All right, thank you, Paul. All right. Now we go to Jared. We're going to see what he's up to here. You saw him at the beginning. He's been strategizing here. So let's see who he wants at 9. All right, Jared, let's hear it. 9th pick. There's some good horses up there. Who you got?
Yeah, there was a few in there. I'm just glad that Locked went, because I was kind of like on this fence with Locked. It was like, if Locked is there, I'm going to have to take him. And then Knightsbridge was one I was really hoping didn't. Paul texted me earlier today. He's like, "Hey, who you think's going to be there when you get drafted?" I'm like, "Dude, I'm not telling you." And that was kind of one of the horses I wanted. By the way, is it just me, or do we have 2 Ryan Stillmans in this league? Does Osen not look like Ryan? Like I've thought that multiple times. I've looked down the screen. I'm like, yeah, look at that. Right there. It's like Ryan with sunglasses on.
It's the haircut. It's the haircut for sure.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, with all that said, this is kind of the 9th spot's a weird spot here, because you're at the end and then you go to draft again. Between 2 horses, I'm trying to decide if this one. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. I'm gonna do the number generator here. I'm between 2 horses. I'm gonna number generate all my picks tonight. Let's see, number 5 and number 10. Hang on. All right, there you go. Looks like I will be taking Leslie Rose, sorry, for Todd Pletcher.
Leslie's Rose for Todd Pletcher here at number 9.
We're going to try to get this done in, again, Whisper Hill Farms. It's a Pletcher horse. We're going to try to do this take 2 for Todd Pletcher. If you haven't seen this, is a horse that's ran once, debuted. We're in a nice buyer on that debut, and this looks like kind of we just barely scratched the surface with this one. Nice breeding. So give me Leslie's Rose. Is that out? I mean, to me, it's like I don't know that I should, as far as like taking it this early, but at the same time, I don't know that he would be available too much longer.
Well, I think to start, problem number 1, it's not a he. That is a she. Okay. So there is problem number 1. I will say of Leslie's Rose, not a bad horse.
Can I change my pick?
No, absolutely not.
Wow.
So if you're a Jared, but now Jared, here's the good news.
That horse ranked number 5, by the way.
Here's the good news. Well, I think for the Oaks, maybe. But here's the good news. The last time you drafted a filly, you won the league.
Yeah, I think I made that mistake that year too. So
yeah. So all right. Well, Leslie's Rose, I think is going to win some races. Should get some 5-pointers there, and hopefully can kind of progress down the road. Everybody below us laughing so hard right now. It's sad, but okay. He swiped right. Somich says, "All right. Well, Leslie's Rose goes in the first round. So we'll see if that pans out. All right. Next, we'll go to number 10, and we'll go to Vinny." Hey, Vinny, how are we?
I'm okay after Jared just took a filly that I didn't know was a filly.
well, let's see what you do at 10 here. It's going to be interesting. Let's see if you take. Let's just see what route you take. Let us know who you're taking here at number 10.
I'm going to take Dornock at number 10. I didn't think he was going to be around at number 10. I took a Gargan last year and he was terrible. I'm not super high on him, but I feel like anybody else I'd take at this point would be a very big reach.
Yep.
So I'm gonna at least take one I know is definitely on the trail. And right. He is a half brother of the Mage, so I mean, the distance isn't out of the question. Even though I think I don't really see him doing fantastic.
Well, do you know who the favorite is in Vegas right now with the future odds? Dornock.
Is it really? I thought it was Nisos.
No, he's like Dornock and Ryan. I think he said he's 12 or 14 to 1. Didn't John tell us? I can't remember on that one. But yes,
at least they believe in him. I mean, my worry is that the Remsen, he did fight back and win, but he was kind of on a golden rail. Yeah, that rail was very golden all day, and probably Sierra Leone ran the better race against the bias.
Yeah.
So but he's fought in every race he's been in, even though he's got a few losses already. So I feel like at least maybe he'll pick up points running second or third, like Fierceness or somebody like that down the line.
I agree. We'll I think he's got to get his mind right, and I think that's the big thing. But I agree. I think he's got a lot of talent. So I think it's a good one, Vinny. Good job here at number 10. I hate to do it, Vinny, but I got to take you off now because we have to let Magic Mike go at 11. So bye, Vinny. Well, this will be terrible, but not Somich, but Magic at least. So we'll go to the 11th pick now, and we have to get them twice. Magic Mike at 11 and 12.
Yeah, no, we picked a filly. Yeah, I want one just like the last one, but we're gonna do some jewels. Oh shit! Sorry, hang on a second. Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead, Mike.
I gotta say, I'm pretty pissed. We had Leslie's Rose in this spot, and she didn't make it to us. I don't know how this happened, Magic. I thought we were gonna get Leslie's Rose.
Boy, when we said we had the sneaky Derby winner that nobody was thinking about, you never underestimate Jared. He's always sandbagging. See,
the dude is just so sharp. You can't get around him. All right, first pick here. We've taken Bill Mott horses in the past, and it's never worked out. But, we're not going to learn from that. We're going to take a Bill Mott horse here. We get the best one. It's not Knightsbridge. It is Parchment Party. We're going Parchment Party in this spot here. Son of Constitution out of a Tisnow mare. And you know what? This horse loves to close. And if you ask Saratoga Slim, this is a closer's race now. You got to come from the back of the pack. That's what Parchment's going to do. We're going to come from 20th under the wire and win the race. Almost like Mage did this year. Not quite 20th, but Parchment Party, your Derby winner. Pick number 11. Bang.
All right. Parchment Party at 11. I'll play the music, and then you guys will do number 12. All right. Number 12.
Mike said we didn't have good luck with taking Bill Mott horses, but actually, we did have good luck with, you remember, last year, Dr. Miranda came on, picked Rocket Can for us, and this horse, that Rocket Can was the only thing that really kept us somewhat of a hope last year. So we're hoping this one gives a little bit better of a hope. But yes, we like Parchment Party there. Second pick here, first pick of the second round, 12th overall. Listen, it's important to know who the smart people are. That's why we're here. And some smart trainers would be named Chad Brown, Todd Pletcher. We've seen their horses already get drafted. They share a common assistant who's actually very sneaky himself and trained the Kentucky Jockey Club winner. So with the 12th overall pick, we're going to take Honor Marie, son of Honor Code, out of a Smart Strike mare. You gotta love the fact that this horse is going to be a favorable with distances. So as the races get longer down the trail, we've got Honor Marie, Parchment Party, also a horse that likes to run last to first. And as Mike Somich said, it's now officially a closer's race. You can trust the guy that picked Mage to win the Kentucky Derby on this channel, the man right below me here.
And I just got to say, congratulations to everyone in the league. You're not going to make the worst pick this year. Jared already did it in the first round, so you're just clear.
Pressure's off. Pressure's off.
You guys are ruthless. Couple of ruthless guys right there. Yeah, listen, I think Honor Marie and Parchment Party, 2 horses that are good candidates to be 19th and 20th and finish 9th and 10th. So good job, guys. All right, well, we got to go on now to number 13. We're going to bring Vinsanity back. Vinny, here we go. Maybe. So is it just me or is Vinny gone? I don't see Vinny in the chat here. So I will stall for a second. I don't see Vinny anywhere. There he is. He has just shown up here. We'll wait until he loads. There's Vinny. Where'd you go, Vinny?
Sorry. I left. I forgot that I picked that quickly.
No, that's fine. Who you got at 13?
Well, Magic picking Honor Marie was kind of a surprise, seeing as he slightly shit talked him to me earlier this week.
Wow.
I was not going to pick Honor Marie, but I am I feel like I have to go with at least take one Baffert here, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Pilot Commander for Bob Baffert.
This is kind of what I wanted, Vinny. Tell us why you like him.
Pedigree's all right. Like race was okay. We'll see. The Carson City on the bottom really kind of scares me a bit. But is actively working and working all right. So we'll see. I mean, I feel like one of these Bafferts that goes in the later rounds is going to end up being the Baffert that everybody wants by the end of the year. So.
Boy, that does kind of seem like how it happens when you think about it.
Always happens. It's always the Baffert that goes in like the 3rd or 4th round seems to be the one that gets the most points in this league. So
yep,
gonna take my luck here with a Baffert.
I'm with you, man. The year I won it, I had Authentic in the 3rd round, and look what happened. So yeah, I'm with you. All right, you're going Pilot Commander. Only slightly mad at you, Vinny, because I kind of wanted that.
Sorry,
one, that's okay. All right, let's bring back Jared here for the 14th pick in the draft. We'll see what Jared can do.
No, yeah. They're saying it's a filly. Yeah, it's a filly. You gave me a filly. Wow. Okay. All right. Todd, this is the last time I ask you for advice. Okay. See ya. All right. Anyways, I'm back. Listen, I'll take everything I can get. That I'm gonna deserve everything for the rest of this, probably the rest of my life. That one. So, listen, I'm gonna try to redeem myself. Although now we're just dealing with donkeys at this point, and just hoping that. By the way, I was between Vinny Dornick the next pick, so that would have been a smarter pick. But although I would have probably picked Leslie Rose here, so at least it would have been the 2nd round versus the 1st. Anyways, I'm gonna go with Baffert here. Only because I don't pick for the next 2 hours. Don't love the horse, or at least I should say this. I didn't love the performance last out. Finished 3rd in Low South Charity, but did go off the heavy favorite that day. Give me the Coach Prime.
Well, one thing about Coach Prime, Jared, he was about 20 wide the whole race. I don't know how you get that wide in a short field. He was kind of running down the stretch, expensive purchase. So is that kind of the things you've seen from Coach Prime that still give you confidence?
Yeah, I mean, it's like you just kind of go down the list. And on racing, we know what that's about. It was a huge purchase price, $1.7 million. Went off the favorite of the Futurity. Quality road out of Street Sense mare. I mean, obviously, there's a million things to like about the horse other than the fact that it finished 3rd last time out. So, I think that debut, the maiden special weight breaking race, that was like, oh, wow, and of course he was bet like that horse in the Futurity. So, we've learned, you and I, all of us have learned the hard way several times. You can't take a horse off of one race that kind of looks like, oh, they're just done. They're not the horse we thought they were, especially when they're, these 2-year-olds. So, again, like I said, you're basically talking about like Asmussen with Booth or Risk It or Timberlake with Cox, and so it's like, to me, it's like, I want a Baffert horse that I know is going to be running in some of these big races out there. So give me Coach Prime.
All right, Coach Prime for Jared at 14. Hopefully he does better than the real Coach Prime this year, who started hot and then fizzled a little bit. All right, Coach Prime goes 14. He ran tough. He kept going there, so we'll see if he can improve next out. All right, back to number, let's see, what is it? This is number 15, and it's, I thought I was 15. Am I not 15? Maybe not. All right. Well, let's go. Let's go to actual double D's for the 15th pick here as I try to find my. All right, Paul. 15th pick. Who you got?
Well, with a name like actual double D's, I'm not sure how you can forget it was my turn.
I know. I think I was just really excited for this horse, and so I thought it was my turn, but it's not.
Well, I'll go quickly so we can get to you. But I'm going to go with Track Phantom here. So even if he finishes second to Nash, I mean, that's a horse I'd want to finish second to in a race. So I'm going to go with Steve Asmussen and Track Phantom.
All right, Steve Asmussen, Track Phantom. I'll ask you the same thing I asked Ryan. Excited or nervous? What's the more of the feeling going into Saturday's race?
So if I had Nash, I would be nervous. With Track Phantom, I'm excited because it's only positive, right? So if he beats Nash, then you've really got something special here in the second round. And if he can finish close to Nash, then you're looking at upside. So nervous for Ryan, excited for Track Phantom.
Yep, I agree with that. I think that's the right way to look at it. All right, Track Phantom at 15. All right, we're gonna take Paul out here. Here comes the 16th pick from me. All right, well, I'm gonna keep drafting lightly raced horses, and that could be not the greatest here in a few weeks, but I really liked the debut from Merit. Merit, trained by Safi Joseph. Edgar Zayas was aboard for the debut. Debut went at Gulfstream Park. I thought it was pretty solid. Just kind of have that feeling that Merit's going to be that Gulfstream horse that's going to show up in those early races and maybe be okay. I know Gulfstream's going to have some toughies with Fierceness down there and maybe even El Capi, but I just think Merit is one to look at. If he's outclassed, we may go to Tampa with him. Safi's done that in the past as well. So I thought he was a decent enough first-time starter. I don't like having two horses that have only have one race, but I liked Merit quite a bit, like the pedigree, so we'll see what happens with Merit. So Merit for me at 16. Let's bring in Geis for pick 17. All right, guys, take it away.
Yeah, what I really appreciate a lot about the good horses that are remaining are all the high-quality workouts they've had since October and November. So I know everybody likes to put them on the shelf, but half of these horses probably aren't going to race again in 2024. So
yeah,
I'm going to go Air of Defiance against my better judgment. Won the maiden back in October, has had one workout at least since then. We'll see if he gets back on track here.
Yeah, I like that one, guys. I had him I was between him and Merit there, so I think that's a good one. And you're right; you're just kind of taking a shot here, so I get it. All right, so Air of Defiance now at 16, or excuse me, at 17. Let's go to pick 18. We're bringing back Michael. We're bringing back Dan. All right, Michael and Dan, pick 18 here. Take it away, boys. Who you got?
All right, I spoke to Dan about this one. I've been laughing because I think everyone so far has picked the wrong Baffert. I think I got the right one. I'm going to go for a little bit of a bomb here with the horse that hasn't worked. Has no works, but a little birdie told me that this horse will run in 2024, and he was actually my top 2-year-old pick when they purchased this horse. We're going to go with Heartland in second here. Now, this horse isn't currently running. I pounded him on debut because I saw Elliott Walden from Windstar that morning, before watching the horse work. He never shows up to the track, so was a little bit of a hunch there. And I might get cave rocked with this pick, and I'll take full responsibility because I did bring this up to Dan, so I'll take responsibility if we get cave rocked. But I just think that it's I think that this horse is going to come back, and this is a really good horse. And hopefully, if Bob doesn't run it, Windstar will move him to another trainer, because I know that's a problem with picking Zidane horses, because they can just lay off for 5 years. But I'm hoping this will run.
Dude, I like it. I really liked this horse. And obviously I'm just scared because of the layoff, but I thought he was fantastic on debut. So I like it. Hope you guys do well. Well, not that well, but somewhat well with Heartland there at 18. All right, it's back to the defending champions here for 19. Shotty and Davey are back. I feel like I haven't seen Shotty in ages, so we'll bring her back here for the 19th pick. All right, Shotty, who you got?
Someone owes me $20 and they know who they are. So I'm really happy that this horse fell to us. I was so worried. I can finally tell my mom picking liberal arts will mean something.
What a job there. I like that, Shotty. That's great. That's great. So liberal arts for you.
Yeah, pointed towards the Southwest. Since I'm going to be at Oaklawn a couple of races this year, I definitely want to see some of my horses in action, just like Red Route 1 and Verifying last year. So very excited to see them hopefully in the Rebel Stakes this year.
I get it. There's nothing more exciting than watching your fantasy horse in person. You were there, like said, for Red Route 1. I remember
sorry for your right eardrum.
Oh, that's okay. Evil Steve will ruin my left one when Cyberknife won that year. He was so excited. So it is definitely, it's so excited to watch those races in person. And then when you have horses, it's even better. So I like it. I hope Liberal Arts does well for you. All right, Shotty, there at 19 with 19 with Liberal Arts. Let's bring Ryan Stillman back in, and we'll see what John and Ryan do at number 20. All right, Mr. Stillman, you're up at 20. Who you got?
Okay, with the 20th pick, the Ryan John team take drum roll, please. He finished a respectable third to Dornoch and Sierra Leone, who have already been taken, and that gives us 2 horses trained by Brad Cox.
All right, you are riding the Cox this year, Mr. Stillman. Congratulations, this is great. Drum roll, please. Yeah, he ran okay. Probably should get a little bit better, so I like it. Is John having a good time following the draft? That's my question.
John's having a blast. I mean, talk about what we've seen so far. So who knows what's next? Fingers crossed we get some more bombs on this tote board. There's been some.
All right. Thank you, Ryan. Yeah, John, with drum roll, please. John and Ryan, I should say, with drum roll, please, and with Nash, a couple of Cox horses. All right. The Double Ds are back. We'll see what they do. Let's bring in Dr. Tang and see who they take at 21.
So
all right, Doc. It looks like you've got a guest with you here. So
we got my son with me, just trying to burp him. Anyway, and then Dr. Miranda says, "Suck it to you." Sorry, I said that in front of my son, but
wow.
Anyway.
You're a great father.
I am father of the year. I'd like to thank Magic for reading my whole resume and CV. That'll treat me well. So with the 21st pick, the Double Ds are taking Wine Steward.
All right, the Wine Steward.
Yes, Maker's trainers Mike Maker. I think he deserves a Derby soon, but we took Wine Steward because this horse was supposed to race on Breeders' Cup Day. For some reason scratched, and I actually really like this horse on Breeders' Cup Day. I was going to play this horse on my BCBC, but he's had a couple of workouts, so we think he's going to have a strong 2024. He gave Locked all he could handle in his last race, except that almost re-rallied on him, but we think he can get the distance. So the Wine Steward for us.
All right, the Wine Steward there at number 21. Thanks, Doc, and good luck there. You got your hands full, so I'll let you get back to it. But we'll see you here in a couple seconds. As Kevin B says, Doc's son hates that pick, so we'll see. Oh, that's pretty. That made me laugh. So, all right, we'll go now. We'll go back to Kelby and Evil Steve-O. I feel like I haven't seen these boys in a few hours. It's been a while, but they're back here, the 22nd pick. All right, guys, you got who you wanted, no doubt, with the number 1 pick. Who you guys taking at 22?
Kelby, you want to take this one or me?
Go ahead.
All right. So Inside Source says Catching Freedom Albaugh family, Brad Cox, out of Constitution and the Pioneer of the Now mare. So kind of give us a different circuit that'll be running on. So we're feeling pretty good about this one.
All right, Catching Freedom. Kelby, who was the inside source? I have to know.
Top secret, can't tell you.
You didn't think I had the inside source?
No, listen. I set Kelby up there, and he didn't fail. That was great. Kelby, before we take you guys off here, will you give the fans an update on Husker Butch and how he's doing?
He has been tearing the barn down. He is ready to rock. I think he's going to fire a big one.
Hell yeah.
Horses we're talking about now and the big one for him are two completely different things, but where he's going to be, he's going to be tough to beat.
All right. I like it. So a guaranteed win for Husker Butch next out. So I like that. All right. All right. Thanks, guys. We'll see you in another. Well, no, actually, we're going to see you right back here. Hold on. Let me play the tune, and you guys will have the 23rd pick. They got thrown off there. All right, guys. 23rd pick. Who you got?
Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame. All right. Why do you like Hall of Fame?
Well, some more inside information. He's 1.4 million Saratoga Select. He's with Asmussen. I think he's working at Fairgrounds. Ran once, kind of a troubled start at Churchill. Ran second, but he was kind of the whatever you want to call him, but he's going to be
dark
the one
horse under the radar, kind of.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Inside information again. I'll ask Evil Stevel this time. Evil, where did the inside information come from?
Kelby.
Well, you guys are fucked. I mean, oh wait, no. All right. Well, we're gonna get out of here. Thank you guys for the pick. This was great. Inside information on Husker Butch and two other horses, and hopefully we have some more inside information from you guys next time. All right. Thanks for the two picks there, guys. Oh man, love those two guys. All right, we're gonna bring the Double D's back in here with their 24th pick. Doc will be back on the other side of this. All right, Doc, you're back here with a 24th pick. Who are you taking?
24th pick. Watch your 24th pick. Double D's are taking one of my favorite restaurants in Las Vegas, Carbone.
Ooh, I didn't know that was a restaurant, Doc, but I love this horse. Go ahead, tell him about it.
Yes, Carbone. We're taking the Ass Man,
yes.
Steve Asmussen.
Yep.
I don't know if he's the first one that's taken, but yes, the Ass Man is going to take us to the promised land. He had an excellent race, broke his maiden. It was super impressive, very professional. We liked everything about it. Had a nice gallop out. We think, he's by Matoli and Street Sense, Kentucky Derby, winner. Steve knows what he's doing. So he had a nice speed figure of 96. So we like this horse a lot. And we're glad we got it in our third pick to win this thing.
I'm with you. I like that horse as well, Doc. I think that's a good pick. Really, really good on debut. By Matoli, I'll ask you this before you get off here. Any worry about the stretch out, or do you think the dam side's good enough that it won't be a problem?
Yeah, we're trying to see if the dam side will stretch. That was a little, the iffy on it, but we think the dam side will get this horse through.
Yep, I'm with you. All right. Thanks a lot, Doc. We'll see you back here in a little bit. We'll bring back Ryan to the John and Ryan team. Ryan, the representative here. They've got the 25th pick. We'll see what they do. All right, Ryan, you're back here. You got the 25th pick. Who are you taking?
The Ryan John team takes yet another Cox horse, Lightline. We just hope he's half as good as Flightline.
So Lightline. So are you guys worried at all now that you've got 3 Brad Cox horses?
Wow. I mean, yeah, but one good thing about Cox is he can get a horse to the Derby. He's going to spread these horses out well. So it causes nerves, but dang, is he just good at getting horses to the big dances. So
you totally missed the line. You could have said one good thing about Cox is you could never have enough, and that would have been it. But you failed. You failed miserably.
Yeah.
All right, Ryan, thanks. We'll see what happens with all your Cox here as we go down the Derby Trail. All right, Shotty is coming back for the Shotty and Davy team. She'll be up next to tell us who she's picking at 26. All right, Shotty, let's hear it. 26 pick. Who you taking?
Well, we knew this was bound to happen since my partner is a local to the Remington track. We thought this would happen later, but we are going to take the Springboard Mile winner, Otto the Conqueror. I laugh as I say.
So tell the people, you guys were there together. You watched this horse.
We were.
So what were your thoughts on him?
Well, I really hope it rains wherever he races next because he really likes the mud.
Shotty, personally, are you concerned that buyer speed figure came back very low?
A little bit. I personally, I think, out of the two that were in the front, he's the more likely to maybe have success on the Derby Trail. So that was our decision here.
Okay. Listen, you kept me from taking him, and that could be good for me because I
true.
always take
I could be saving you.
You could have done me a favor here. So I do like it.
Yeah. Come on. Barbara represent. We love that.
Exactly. I love it. All right. Well, Otto the Conqueror there at 26. Thanks, Shotty, for coming in and giving me that one. All right. We'll go back to number 27 here. We'll bring in Michael and Dan, and we'll see what they're going to do with the 27th pick. All right, boys, take it away.
All right. I'm texting my partner here, and he said we got a list of horses. I'm going to have to, I guess it looks like we're going to go with this one because I don't see he's taken. We're torn, but we're going to go with Rhyme Scheme as our third pick.
All right, Rhyme Scheme. What do you guys like about Rhyme Scheme?
Well, Dan texted me that he really, and I feel, this, don't laugh, but he says he likes the Ghost Zapper in the breeding. So I know that people make fun of the guy who's handicapping the breeding, but I think at this point, this is a horse that'll probably run in some of these races and get points. So he fits a good pattern.
Yep, for a third round pick, I agree with you there, buddy. I think that's not too bad of a one. So Rhyme Scheme going at 27. Thank you, guys. All right, 28th pick. Geist is back. He looks fired up and ready. Let's see who he takes for the 28th pick.
Yeah, and just real quick, Aaron, you probably are going to have some people from Netflix reaching out to you. I don't know if you know this, but they're filming a show about horse racing.
Oh, wow.
And they were filming at the Breeders' Cup.
I did not know that. No.
And, I was talking to one of the producers and I said, listen, if you want a couple of guys who are very into horse racing, who would be good to highlight in the show, who make constant, sexually homophobic and, double entendre jokes and are shit-faced before the races even start, like, you got to go talk to Aaron and Jared. And they were all on board with it.
Wow. What did I do to deserve that? What have I done to you?
Other than make me have the worst pick every year, nothing.
I love it. All right. Well, who are you taking?
You know what? I'm going to go a little off script here, and I'm going to go with my trainer. So I'm going to take Stronghold because nothing says Derby contender like second in the Los Al Futurity.
So Stronghold, you know what? I'm sure you watched the race. I thought he was winning that thing for the longest time.
I thought he did too. I'm just going to keep picking horses who finished second that should have won. And, I thought he ran a great race. I don't know how much you can take out of any race at Los Al.
Yeah.
But at least I know I can maybe get some people to ask Phil questions about him. So,
yeah. Hey, I like it. I think it's a good pick. All right. You're going to go with Stronghold. All right. That means it's my turn with the 29th pick here. Ooh, I'm trying to decide. All right, 29th pick on the other side of the music. Oh boy, this is where it gets a little bit tough. I'm between a couple here. I'm all right. I'm going to do it because I do love this trainer. I'm going to go with, I should say, Legalize at number 29. This horse trained by Cherie DeVoe, a trainer I like to bet. Didn't run very well on debut. Came back, ran a huge race, second out at Churchill Downs, won pretty easily. Now, the horse is by constitution out of an unbridled song mare, so I think the horse will stretch out, even though he is entered to run in the Sugar Bowl Stakes this weekend at Fairgrounds, which is a sprint. But I think we're just going to sprint and then maybe try route if he runs well. So I'm going to go Legalize here at number 29. Take a little bit of a shot. All right, we'll be back now with the Doc. We'll have Doc come in and we'll talk to Paul. I saw the double D's. I thought it was Doc. It's Paul. Paul's coming in next with the 30th pick. Paul, I never thought I'd say it. Too many double D's. Too many double D's. I'm getting them confused.
Well, if you're willing to say you can never have too many cocks, I would think you can never have too many double D's is much better. So
you're right.
I thought I was going to have Legalize at this pick. So great pick by you. In fact, I'm so upset with the pick, I'm going to leave the country completely. I'm going to go to Japan and select Forever Young. Trainer had a horse in the Derby, scratched the day of or the day prior last year. So, and a couple of Japanese horses were selected last year, and they both did really well. We all know that Japan is coming hard at the dirt races in America, and even if the horse from Japan doesn't pan out, it's got to be better than drafting a filly in the first round.
Jesus. The beat plays on as Jared will draft at 31 here, but yeah, I like it. Forever Young, and you're right, man. It was guys that believe that drafted Derma Sotogate last year, and after what we saw in the Classic, Paul, it's just got to strengthen that opinion, because maybe if he gets out of the gate well, he might win that Derby last year. At least that's my thought. What about you?
No, I thought he ran tremendous. If you go back and watch that race, I mean, he had a horrible trip, but was still running at the end, and the horse hadn't ran since the Derby. And look what he did in the Breeders' Cup Classic. So,
yep. Well, good luck. I hope you have as much success there with Forever Young. Paul takes Forever Young there at 30. All right. We're going to Jared. Boy, people are just ruthless on this thing tonight, but we'll go to Jared with the 31st pick. All right, Jared. 31st
yeah, no,
pick.
everyone afterwards should be thanking me, because no matter what happens, whatever Japanese horse is picked or whatever, it's like, no, at least you wouldn't pick a filly in the first round. So there's that. I did like the Japanese horse. I was going to take that maybe as a flyer just to kind of round out my perfect team in the last round. I did just get word, though, from Todd that we are pointing to the Belmont with Leslie's Rose. So we're going to work backwards from that. So who's laughing now? Fuck everyone else. All right. For my third, what round are we in? Third round pick?
Yep.
Give me this horse. This is one of those, it's like, I don't know how good the horse is, but it's also like been running in good races. Obviously, just ran the Breeders' Cup, and all three horses that beat him have been picked already. So give me Timberlake.
Timberlake for you at 31. Yeah, Timberlake was a little disappointing in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, but you think he's got a big year ahead of him, I guess, down at maybe Fairgrounds or Oaklawn.
Yeah, I mean, and to me, this was more of a value standpoint, and more than anything, it's like, well, it's Brad Cox. The horses just ran in back-to-back. One, by the way, won a grade one. And then, or if I guess I should say 3 straight grade ones, got second in the Hopeful, won the Champagne, and then finished fourth in the Breeders' Cup. So obviously, like, they're running this horse in big races, and you know this horse is going to at least begin the race or begin the year in Derby contentions, right? Wasn't the most eye-pleasing race, but also wasn't terrible either. So I think we're going to see him at least once or twice, and maybe he can make some noise at least for give me some points underneath.
Yeah, I think it's a good pick in this spot. I think he's fell down to where he's very draftable. So Timberlake at 31 for Jared there. We'll now go to Vinny for pick 32. All right, Vinny, 32. Take it away.
Well, I am a little mad that the actual double D's took forever young. I honestly was about to take him in the third. But instead of that, I'm gonna take an unraced horse for my third round pick. New King.
Okay.
He's a $700,000 purchase that has been working lights out at Santa Anita. You can put whatever hip you want there, Magic. He's hip 679 technically, but Into Mischief by Distorted Humor. Based on the works, it looks like he's working for Baffert. So I'm gonna go with another California-based horse here.
All right, New King there for Vinny, and yeah, Vinny definitely gonna try to take that unraced horse. I have not heard of this one. I'll be honest, but if it's working for Baffert, it's 50-50 that it's going to be a stud. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. All right, Vinny with 32 on New King. Well, we'll bring back Magic Mike now for the double up here at 33 and 34. All right, boys.
Hey, Magic. Do you think we'll be able to claim hip 679 for less than 15K, like the last unraced horse Vinny drafted?
Yeah, 15K. Yeah, but
I'm thinking like a 10K. 10K claimer at Parks where Doc wins a seat in some tournament, probably the future for hip 679 here.
Yeah, with Jamie Ness training him.
Yeah, well, obviously that's when you want to claim him. All right, we're going to go to Florida-based horse on this one. Ran 4th to Fierceness on debut. Ran 2nd to Sierra Leone, going a mile at Aqueduct, and then looked awesome breaking the maiden last time out. Shug McGahee trains Change of Command. That's going to be the third round pick for the Magic Mike Show, and it's a good pick because Aaron looks pissed.
Yep. I thought that was a perfect horse for right about here. So yeah, that's good. I would have definitely taken him with my pick this round. So all right, I like it. Magic, do you want to add anything, or can we go to the next pick?
No, he said it all. I do want to say the best part about picking right after Vinny is that when he starts talking, I've got 3 hours to go out, take a shit, take a nap, get some groceries, pop a couple beers, come back, and it's still about an hour and a half left before it's gonna be my pick.
You also know he's not going to take your horse because he's going to take some random ass donkey.
Yeah, he was mad that he couldn't get a Japanese horse that only 2 of you even heard of or aware of. So he took an unraced horse, going to be trained by a guy who, as we discussed ad nauseum, cannot go to the Kentucky Derby with it. So great job on that one. That's fine. Listen, with this 34th pick, I'm surprised with this being a draft show and everybody loving the draft show that is the NFL and the NFL insiders and the NFL names that are out there. Nobody's bothered to take Rappaport. We're going to take Rappaport in the 4th round. And Rappaport is a horse that you might be thinking about. Well, Magic, he's a maiden. Like, damn right, he's a maiden. Everybody in the 1st of January sees that Todd Pletcher maiden that wins by 8 lengths at Gulfstream Park. He's on our team. You ain't claiming him, bitches. Don't even try to do it. This is a maiden by constitution out of a grade 3 winning Tis Now mare. 3rd on debut at Keeneland going 6 furlongs. Who are the horses that beat him? Oh, Booth and Nash. Where did Nash go? 3rd overall. Where's Booth? They're probably going to be drafted by Geist next time out. 2nd in the 2nd start, going 8.5 furlongs was Rappaport. If you watch that, it was an insufferably bad trip. Like, it's so wide, unbelievably wide. Luis Saez, I love you, but you've screwed me twice. Today was one. Rappaport was the other time. So we're going to take Rappaport here in the 4th round. Sienna Farm, Windstar Farm, Constitution, Tis Now. I feel like those combinations, the Constitution, Tis Now, I feel like that's worked well for us in the past. We didn't really break any laws, but 'tis the season to be jolly.
I love that you make fun of Vinny and then you just went on a diatribe there about a horse that's a maiden. So that's nice. Somich, before I let you go here, Somich, you probably didn't watch Sharp. Did you watch Sharp Money today on VSiN at all?
I did not watch it today.
So Patrick, Dustin, and Amal all were just all over the 2-25 Pistons. They were just so excited to bet the 2-25 Pistons. 56 seconds ago, I text Patrick. I said, "No, you're screwed on this one." Jazz 117, Pistons 106. Shout out to my buddy Patrick, though. You're a gentleman and a scholar. Sorry you lost the bet.
You know, he actually texted me and said, "Come on, Mike, the Pistons spot is juicy tonight, you know?" And I texted back, "Thanks for the reminder. Locking in the Jazz now."
Mike, I sent him something similar. So
I am a little sad that Magic vetoed the horse I wanted to take here because I know Patrick is watching, and I had a great history reference because we were going to take a horse that the conflict started because the Archduke Francis Ferdinand was assassinated.
Wow.
And he will know exactly what this is. I doubt anyone else in this league has a clue what I'm talking about.
Wow. Yeah, he definitely would. Yeah, shout out to our buddy Patrick. We love you, Patrick. Sorry on the bet tonight. So just had to bring that up while Mike was on the air here. Maybe, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe we can have a big rally here. Doesn't look like it. All right. Sorry, Patrick, but we still love you. All right, let's get on to the rest of the draft. It's just so funny. Listen, that's a great show, by the way. Sharp money on VSiN. If you want really good, well, minus the Pistons, if you want really good picks and some really good laughs, check out that show. Somich is on there, and I'm on there some as well. So, all right, let's get to Vinny and the 35th pick. Whoops. Little double clicking there by me, Vinny. Sorry about that. Who you take?
Right. I can't believe Magic just trashed me and then took a maiden.
I can't either.
Come on. And also with the Pistons game tonight, I did have Cade Cunningham over 23.5. So I had that on the Racing Dudes Best Bets page. So
Nice.
if you played along, congratulations. He has 26. But I'm going to take a Scatify for John Sadler with my 4th round pick. Broke his maiden on the undercard of the Los Al Fraternity Day. Looked pretty good doing it. I like the pedigree a little bit. I think he's got a shot. I don't know how Sadler will fare with the Bafferts, but I don't know. These California-based horses seem to do better than most of the other circuits, so I'm gonna try this year.
I thought that horse looked good. I'm with you on that one. I think that's a pretty good pick. So Scatify going with the 35th pick. You can tell I'm getting tired. All right, so Scatify at 35. We'll go back to Jared here for pick number 36. All right, Jared, pick 36. Who you got?
You know, what is it that Magic has to do every time he thinks about having sex? He has to use his imagination. So with my pick here, I'm going to go with imagination for Bob Baffert.
That's a pretty good one, Jared. Let's talk about imagination for a second here.
Okay, anyways, I was sitting on that one for a second, so I had to use it. Imagination is actually a maiden. Pilot Commander, who I know was taken, but I don't remember where this horse was taken, but has been taken way earlier. And so this is a horse that beat this horse on debut, came back, got beat again, ran second. Like, this horse has ran 2 good races, just been beat. The last time maybe you could say, well, he probably should have won. This is a horse that is a huge purchase price with the typical. It's not Zidane, but it's like SF Racing, Starlight, Mad Cat, the whole group there. But $1 million horse, into mischief out of an Empire Maker. This horse has got all kinds of ability, at least on paper. So maybe this horse gets it together, but didn't know if this horse would be available the next time I pick here in an hour. So I thought I'd go ahead and take one more Baffert here.
Yep, I liked Imagination as well. I think it's a good pick. So Imagination off the board now. We'll bring Paul back, and we'll see what he does at 37. All right, Paul, you never have to use your imagination when doing what Jared described, obviously. But who are you taking with the 37th pick?
Before I announce the pick, I need to ask you a trivia question. So in the history of the fantasy league, who is the only person that's ever drafted a horse that has not ran that actually made the Derby?
What? I have no idea.
I do.
You're talking to him right now. Kingsbarns last year.
Oh yeah, I thought you meant never mind. I thought you meant hadn't ran leading up to the Derby. I was like, what are you talking about? Yes, I knew the answer to that. That was you. Yes.
So we're going to attempt to do that 2 years in a row.
Gotcha.
So if you're watching at home, write the name of this horse down. Eagles Flight.
Eagles Flight. Okay.
He is a half to the greatest horse I've seen run live in my lifetime, and that's Flightline.
Okay. So he's a half to Flightline. What? Same trainer. I mean, who's got him? Do you know?
Sadler has him.
Okay.
He's out of Curlin instead of Tappet, or by Curlin instead of Tappet. That's the only difference. Same dam. And like I said, Sadler has him, and he's got 4 works in out on the West Coast already. A Bullet, and the other 2 were a second fastest workout on the day.
Okay. Well, I did not have this horse wrote down, and you are the king at this. So hopefully you do it again. I like it. This is obviously Flightline was very good. So we'll see if this horse can live up to that. Probably not, but but even if he doesn't, that'll be okay.
I'm okay if he gets a third of the way there, as good as that horse was.
He might win the Derby if he gets to a third of the way there. Would you agree?
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, Paul. That's Paul there with number 37, the actual double D's. Let's go to 38. That means it's my pick. Oh, no, I wasn't ready for this. All right, let's see who I'm taking at 38. I believe I need a horse with a little bit of experience, and this horse actually beat 2 of the horses that have already been drafted. So I thought that was interesting here. I'm talking about Stronghold and Coach Prime. I'm going to take Weinstock here with a 38th pick. I will be 1,000% honest. I don't love this horse. I don't have any aspirations for this horse to be some kind of monster, but since the last 2 races has looked better, or I thought really dug in and ran well. For the 38th pick, I'm kind of a little bit weak as far as experience goes. Don't have a lot of experienced horses. This one is a graded 6 winner at least. So I'll take Weinstock here with pick number 38. All right, let's go to Geist with pick 39. All right, take it away, Geist.
Yeah, so when I was looking at what to do in the 4th spot here in my 4th pick, I wanted to make sure I did a good job drafting the first horse that I was going to drop. I feel like that's better than your 5th round pick. The 4th round pick, take a little shot on it.
Right.
So I'm going to go with the horse that actually beat Lightline, who I liked much more, and go with Stretch Ride, a Dale Romans trainee. And just maybe squeeze some points out somewhere.
You're going to get that horse to run a lot. I think that's the good news, right?
The horse, that's why I would have taken Otto, because that they're going to run that horse as many places as they can, and you're going to get some points.
Yep, absolutely. I get it. All right, Stretch Ride. Listen, I had him ranked. I was going to take him if he was available next. So Stretch Ride for you there at 39. All right, we're going to go back now to Michael and Dan for pick number 40. All right, boys, pick 40. Take it away.
All right. Well, we're torn between 2 horses here, but I think it's time we get a little Cox in our life. We're gonna go with Rocketeer for Brad Cox. I think he trains right at the horse broke its maiden at Keeneland. E5 Racing Stable. I think this one's sitting on a good effort. He hasn't run it yet, so I think we're sitting on a good one here.
Yeah, the pickings get a little slim when you get down here. You got to take some chances. I thought Rocketeer's a decent one here. I think you'll have some success with him. And boy, a lot of Brad Cox horses getting taken in this draft tonight. So, all right, Rocketeer, number 40 for Dan and Michael. All right, Shoddy and Davey with pick number 41. Let's see what the defending champs do in the 4th round. All right, Shoddy, who you got?
Well, I can't get my partner to respond to text, so I hope he's enjoying his dinner. I'm going to combine both of our lists here and pick a horse that not only we both are okay with. But I actually have gotten my coworker into the racing dudes, and if she's watching, Ryu, we are going to go ahead and pick your horse that you picked, Elysian Meadows.
All right. I don't know this horse, to be honest with you. So what's the story on this one?
It's a Bill Mott, undefeated. Just actually won recently. It's a City of Light colt out of a Warfront mare. Just finished first in allowance. So I'm going to go ahead and assume we'll be going on to Stakes Company next. Let's see, it's a New York circuit. So we'll see what goes on with Elysian Meadows. And you know what? This is kind of just a like, hey, hanging in with you. Yeah, there she is. So
yeah, I researched the horse here as you were, or pulled him up on Equibase at least. Yeah, the New York bred. That's what threw me off. Didn't have him ranked, but yeah, you're right. 2 nice wins. City of Light, pretty good sire, young sire, I should say. Don't have a lot of data on him yet, but by a Warfront mare as well. So distance, right? I mean, gotta be pretty good stretching out, you would think, right?
Yeah, that's the hope.
Yep. All right.
So sorry, Davey, if that's not how you wanted, but
well, listen, got to show up and we get exactly who you want there.
Exactly.
All right. Thank you, Shotty there. Elysian Meadows for Shotty. All right. Let's get Ryan back in and see who John and Ryan, see if they take another Brad Cox horse here. We'll see what happens here at 42. All right, Ryan, will there be another Cox in your life? Who you going with at 42?
The Ryan John team is finally taking a horse trained by somebody other than Brad Cox. We are taking El Magnifico, trained by Steve Asmussen, who has only won more than 10,000 races. El Magnifico will win, will win a maiden race Saturday at Fairgrounds.
Ooh, are you guaranteeing it?
I mean, if it's coming from Ryan Stillman, it's not a guarantee. It's a hopeful wish.
Hey, I did see that horse was entered, so good luck. And boy, your whole team's running Saturday at Fairgrounds, so it's going to be interesting. Yeah, as Sylvia said, finally had enough Cox. All right, Ryan, thanks a lot for the pick there. We'll see what happens with El Magnifico. Okay. All right, Double D's coming back next year, and Dr. Tang's set to join us for the 43rd pick. All right, no cussing. Right. No cussing, Doc. Who you got?
He's out anyway, so I can say all I want.
Okay.
I gave him some wine. I'm just kidding. Doctor's orders.
Right.
We are going with. We haven't had any Pletcher in our picks today, so we're going with Moonlight.
All right.
As our 43rd pick.
Okay, going with Moonlight. I like that horse as well. Any other thoughts on him?
Well, I mean, I think that race that he ran when he got beat by Liberal Arts, he was in the mud, a lot of scratches. I think we give him a second chance to see how he can stretch out. I think Pletcher's a great trainer to do that with him. So I also like the breeding from that standpoint as well. Hopefully with the stretch out, he's by Audible and Tap It. So, he's got some breeding, see if we can stretch out. And I know Pletcher will run him so we can get some points from that standpoint.
All right, Moonlight going in at number 43. We'll see you back here in just a second for pick number 46. All right, 43 is Moonlight. We'll bring Kelby and Evil Steve in. I won't screw it up. We'll bring him in for 2 picks here. We'll start with pick 44. All right, boys. Pick 44. Who you taking?
Am I up first?
Do it. Go for it.
Okay. We're taking Sneed. Brendan Walsh.
All right. Taking Sneed. I kind of like this horse on Saturday. Are you a little bit worried about the race Saturday going up against Nash, though?
No.
Okay. All right. So Kelby promising an upset. All right. We'll come right back with pick 45. All right, pick 45. I'm guessing Evil Steve is going to take this one. So who you got at 45?
And this is simply because of the trainer, and we're going to take Just Steel.
Okay.
For Dwayne Lucas, the coach, out of Justify. And hey, we'll get to be able to see him down at Oaklawn, hopefully. He'll run him 17 times between now and the Derby. So
I was going to say, I love the pick, guys. I was going to pick him in the last round just because of what Steve said. He'll run 8th, 9th, and he'll still be in the Arkansas Derby. So you're going to get points for sure. And listen, I also know, Kelby, that's one of your favorite trainers, right?
The top 3 for sure.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, that'll do it for your guys' draft board there. So thanks, guys, for joining us, and good luck. Yes, cheers. I've only got water, unfortunately, but cheers to you guys, and we'll see you at Oaklawn soon, I'm sure. All right, we'll bring Doc in to finish out his team here for the 46th pick. Doc, pick 46. Who you got?
Going international. We're going to Japan.
Okay.
We're going to take Amante Bianco.
Okay.
I thought, he had a great race last time at Forever Young was going to be my last pick, but Vinny took it earlier than me. I didn't know he was a Japanese enthusiast.
Well, now you do. Just like you.
Just like me. I remember I told you that racing dudes should go to Japan, that whole Otani thing. So we're going Amante Bianco for to increase the racing dudes' Japanese prospects.
All right. I like it. I like that you're always thinking about us with your picks as well. So that's good.
Absolutely.
So, all right. Good luck. And thank you, Dr. Tang, for showing up. I know Dr. Miranda did not, so you had to carry it. So good job, Doc. Appreciate you. All right. Let's go move on here. John and Ryan, they got their last pick. We'll bring Mr. Stillman in now. Stillman, round us out. Who you got here at 47?
Okay. With our final pick, the Ryan John team takes an unraced 2-year-old who did not have a name until today. We're taking Born Noble, a Constitution colt trained by Todd Pletcher, and that's a wrap for the Ryan and John team.
All right, Born Noble. I got to look this horse up while you're on here because I don't know who this is. Born Noble, Constitution by Go Zapper Mare. Yeah, it looks like the works have been steady down at Palmetto. So I'm assuming John knew about this one, not you, but did he kind of give you any insight about this horse at all?
John did not, and I am just as excited as you are because that's always exciting and adds a little intrigue. But no, so that's all I've got for you guys on this one. Awesome. But hey, it's the 5th round, right? So we're at this point now. Also with 55 horses this year, you got to go for it. And not knowing myself much about it, I like the pick. So let's just roll with it and see how this one plays out. It's just this feels like Derby season's arrived when you finally make your 5th pick. So
you're right. You're definitely right. All right, Ryan. Thanks so much for coming on here for the John and Ryan team. Good luck to you this year. Born Noble, the 47th pick in the draft. All right. Well, the defending champions. We'll see them one more time here. Shotty's coming in for pick number 48. Shotty, round out your team here. Who you got?
I just want to say I'm really sad because I really wanted a Monte Bianco. But so with our last pick, we're going to go with Real Men Violin.
All right. Real Men Violin. What do you like about that one?
Well, kind of similar to why I picked Practical Move last year. He's really consistent and finishing in the money. And he's going to be taking a slight break, and we'll hopefully see him running back in here in a little bit. So we'll hopefully see him in stakes races because that's where he's kind of been pointing at.
All right. Real Men Violin. I think he will. He's got the trainer that's going to run in a bunch of stakes if the horse is healthy. Yeah. So Real Men Violin rounding out Shotty.
Wait, and did I picked the one Kenny McPeak horse that I had on the list.
You did. You did. So congratulations. You don't win a prize.
Yes.
Oh. All right, Shotty. Thanks for joining us, and good luck again. See ya. Good luck again this year. All right, we got to bring in Dan and Michael for their last pick here, and we'll do that right now. All right, guys, who you taking? Last pick.
All right. Well, the wonderful Racing Dude chat has not helped me out or given me any answer to my question. So thanks, chat. But I think we're gonna go the direction of the unraced Baffert horse. I really don't want to pick Bob Baffert, but there's not much left. I'm certainly not gonna pick Kenny McPeak. So I'm torn between two. We're gonna go with Mehmoon, which is a Zidane Racing purchase. This horse, my partner has informed me, had a really nice work. Indian Charlie on the bottom side, so a little bit of that flight line love. He's bifrosted. He cost a little bit of money, so he cost some lunch money. So we'll see what he does. Hopefully, he just breaks his maiden and can kind of stay on the track and not run like once every 8 months.
Do you have any idea when this horse might be ready to roll? Any idea at all?
I would say this horse probably runs sometime in like January or February, probably like sometime in like late January to break the maiden. That's what I would lean. I would lean they're going to do that, but I never know because Amir Zidane just kind of lets Bob do what he wants. So it's tough. These horses don't run all the time. So it's either that or Draft Pirate, who my partner says is a sprinter. So,
well, probably so. I see Magic hasn't wrote the name up. You want to spell it maybe for Magic? He looks puzzled at the moment.
Oh, sure. It's Maymun, Maymun, and it's an Arabic word. I know Taif, the other one that I was thinking of drafting, that's the name of course, the city in Saudi Arabia. I don't know what Maymun is, but Google Translate can help with that.
All right. Well, Magic's got it up on the board now. I'm sure people can research that one. All right, Dan and Michael, that'll do it for you guys. Thanks for coming on tonight. So that will end the draft for them. We'll go back now to Geist for his last pick. Hey, Geist, 50th pick. Who you going with?
Oh, this is terrible. I am going to go with, and I believe this is the first pick for this trainer, Moonlit Sonata by Team Yakteen.
I think this horse might be okay. What'd you like about him? Anything?
So I went back and watched the race after reading the notes on it, and the horse did not break well at all and was still able to beat a relatively large field. What did we have? 10, 11 runners.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe one of them got drafted elsewhere. So we'll see. You know, the fields out there are usually a little more weak, especially if Baffert ships some of his other places. So scrape together enough points to get into some races.
Yep, I like it. All right, we'll see what you can do with Moonlit Sonata. Thank you, Geist, and that'll go 51, which will be me. All right, 51st pick, last pick. We've had a New York bred drafted. We haven't had an Ohio bred drafted. I'm going to go with an Ohio bred here. Houday. I'm going to go with Houday with a 51 pick here. This horse was 3 for 3 in Ohio. And it's like a big deal. Went to Churchill Downs last time out, beat an allowance field, and looked pretty darn good doing it. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but I'm going to go with Houday here. It's Tom Drury, the trainer, a guy that we know from Art Collector. So there is that going on. This horse won by a length and a quarter. Like I said, it was allowance field of pretty decent runners in it. I don't know. I'll take a flyer here. Horses by Liam's Map out of an Indian Charlie mare. I think this horse can run. Doesn't look like your typical Ohio bred. So I will go Houday at 51 with the Bengals themed horse there. All right, now let's go to Paul as we go to pick number 52.
We'll close this one out without a lot of fanfare. I think he might run in the Drome on January 1st, so that should be at least 1 point there, and then he might get dropped after that. But we're going to go with Otello, Christophe Clement.
I hope he doesn't do very well, Paul, because I almost took him right there. He was on the list. I thought he looked pretty darn good in that last race.
Yeah, the New York circuit is always a chance to get some cheap points before the better runners come in for the Wood Memorial.
Yep, for sure. I like that one. Like I said, I will now have to root against him. Sorry, but that's a pretty good one. Pretty good one, Paul. All right, thanks for joining us, Paul Otello, with the 52nd pick. All right, we've got 3 more, which is good. My voice is about to go. Let's go to Jared for pick number 53. Jared, pick 53. Who you got?
How you doing?
Not great.
Are you doing all right?
I woke up extremely sick today and I've been fighting through it. But yeah, we've got 3 more to go. I think I'm going to make it.
Yeah, you don't sound awesome right now.
No.
What is, are you like sick, or are we talking like you're just tired of doing the fucking show?
No, I think I got the Vegas flu. I woke up. I feel a lot better than I did when I woke up. But yeah, voice is starting to slip just a bit here. But that's all right. Only 3 left, so that's the good news.
Oh boy, yeah. We're usually done by now. Man, I'm between a few horses. Should I take another filly?
Yes.
To round this out. What do you think?
Yes, you should.
Oh man. Let's see. Give me Okay, I'll do it. Give me this is disgusting, but give me Noted.
Noted. All right. What do you? Why do you think it's disgusting?
It's Noted. It's like, okay, so the horse they run the horse. We're like, why is this horse running in the juvenile? And then it's like, oh, it's owned by Rapoli Stable. That's why. Horse comes back, runs well again on turf. Wouldn't be shocked. I mean, I have no idea, right? But I wouldn't be shocked if we try to see this horse on the dirt again. So more than anything, is just we know the horse is going to be running in good races, and maybe the horse gets another shot.
All right, Noted for you. That will be the 53rd pick there, and the last pick there for Jared. All right, let's get now to Vinny. We're getting close, boys. 2 more to go. Vinny with pick 54. All right, Vinny, take it away. 54th pick.
Next year, I need to pay you, so I draft in front of Geist.
Okay.
just all night. He's been taking my horses just 1 pick before me. I'm gonna go with another unraced horse. Because there's really, in my opinion, there's not much left. I'm gonna go with Princetown for Bill Mott, who was supposed to debut last weekend and scratched out. The pedigree's there. I was hoping he would have a maiden win by the draft, but we'll see. Really, in my opinion, there's just not much left unless I want to take a horse that's just completely not working and hasn't worked since breaking his maiden. So that's where I'm at.
All right. Well, we'll see what this horse does, Princetown, and we'll see if you can have some luck here. You got 2 unraced. So I just noticed this. You got 2 unraced horses.
I'm gonna hope that Dornock can run a little bit. And if one of these 2 unraced horses ends up making it to like the final leg of the circuit for the preps, like I feel like I'd be in a good position. So we'll see. I don't know. These Derby contenders are starting later and later every year. So
yep, for sure. All right, Vinny, that'll do it for you. Thanks for joining us here today. We've got 1 pick left. It's the Magic Mike Show. I'll play the tune and we'll see what these jokers have got here for the 55th pick. Take it away.
I got to be honest. Every time I watch that, I'm shocked the dude in the light blue suit is still alive. It looks like he got absolutely run over by that horse, and I've seen it 55 times tonight. I'm still surprised he stood up afterward. All right, with the 55th pick, we're going to go off the board a little bit and take a filly here. We're going to take Leslie's Rose. Oh, wait.
No, Mike, we lost her. We lost her.
Yeah, no, she's already been drafted, guys.
Damn. Oh, we really wanted her.
Told you we should have traded up.
Yeah, we really should have. I mean, if we had the 9th pick, we could have gotten her. We're going to fill out, I'm surprised this worked. The trivia question: Archduke Francis Ferdinand was assassinated to start World War I. We're going to go with the Brandon Walsh trainee here. And it's Brandon Walsh's world. We're just living in it right now. We're going First World War for the final pick in the draft.
First World War. Magic, what's your thoughts? Everybody's dying to know.
Well, first off, it's a Son of Warfront. If you watch the Magic Mike show, you know we love some Warfronts. But Warfront can produce dirt horses too. It's out of a grade 3 place dirt routing Medaglia Doro mare, so you gotta like that. The horse ran long on turf the first 2 times, broke the maiden at Kentucky Downs. But last time out, this is why we were really attracted to him. Look who we took 11th overall, Parchment Party. This horse was second in his first try on dirt, going 2 turns to Parchment Party. We figured if he's going to fall this far down to the 5th round, this is who I vetoed from Mike taking in the 3rd round. We said if he's going to fall this far, we absolutely need to take him. He could be targeting allowance at Gulfstream. He could be targeting the Mucho Macho Man, which you've got 1.5 million points races. Why the fuck the Mucho Macho Man isn't one of them? Go ahead and explain that to me off air. But the family here is, especially on the dam side, filled with long dirt runners. So we've got a horse that should be able to handle running long on dirt. Brendan Walsh is going to take care of it very well. So we're going to take First World War. And before you cut me off, if you run your mouth like that to me again, Aaron, I'm going to knock that blockhead off your stupid dad bod.
I didn't realize why you intentionally made us go 11th. It's because you wanted the Magic to open and close the show, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And here's what I'm on. What did I do, Magic?
You're the dick, Tater.
No, but why were the outbursts? I didn't do anything to you, did I?
I don't think a lot of people.
Do you have to do anything?
And yet,
look at you.
The outburst has been going on for the entire time. I'm just happy I'm his teammate, so I didn't catch the shade.
All right, that's it.
Listen,
that's it.
Before we get out of here,
yeah,
you're welcome for having us on here. We loved being here, and the only thing we love more than being here is leaving here. So, see ya.
All right. Well, that'll do it. Jared, do you want to come back on? Or do you want me to just close this thing out? It's up to you. There's Jared. All right, let's close it out, Jared.
Jeez, God bless, man. That dude. I'll take it over since I know your voice is hurting. But yeah, I mean that guy. It's time to end this show. And yeah, I mean, I will say this. I'll be willing to bet. Anybody wants to take some money on this? I'll be willing to bet that my filly in the first round will score more points than a few of these other first round picks.
Well, she's going to win a couple of races.
I'm just saying, you get 5. You still get 5 points for wins, right?
Yeah.
That's better than most of my first round picks do. So, I mean, I'm glad that my filly shadowed the fact that you picked 2 just terrible first 2 round picks. I mean, I've never even heard of the 2 you picked. Of course, I picked a filly, so what does that tell you? But still, I mean, I think we'll be laughing about this. I'll be laughing about this after the fact, whenever my filly scores more points than the Magic Mike's, although I do like Parchment Party a little bit. All right, that's it. Let me know. Let everyone know in the comments. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you like our videos here, and make sure you leave the comments. What team do you like best? There's 11 teams this year. It's going to be interesting. I feel like who's going to be the first team to drop, and where did everybody get a steal? Where's the value? Who's the Baffert horse that everybody wanted that got picked in the 3rd or 4th round? Let us know in the comments below. This has been fun. 11th year we've done this. I wonder who wrote that.
So we do have a special. I'm told we do have a special outro for this as well. So make sure to play the outro.
I mean, he just doesn't stop.
No,
he doesn't stop. I mean, what? Okay, well, all right, guys, that's it. I'll play that. Let's see. Let me find which one is it? Magic.
It's called Fantasy Draft Outro.
Draft Outro. I didn't know if it would stay off the drugs or not. Okay.
Oh yeah. But hey, the stay off the drugs video we do have specially made for Magic for the morning show. So
I mean,
stay tuned for that.
And by the way, if we've learned anything tonight, it's tell your kids don't do drugs. Okay.
Right.
All right, guys. I'm Jared Welch. He's Aaron Halterman. Remember, updates throughout the year. Halterman, you'll provide updates. We'll be providing updates, obviously, on Blinkers Off. But we're providing updates on our YouTube channel, on the website at racingdudes.com, kind of how the points are going, who's drafted, who's claimed, who's dropped, that kind of stuff. First points kick off January 1st. That's when you can first officially getting points. Obviously, we have racing happening this weekend that won't you won't get anything from it. But if you let's just say if you're John and Ryan and you draft Nash and he doesn't win, could be concerning. So we'll see. He's anxious for that. But all right, guys, thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks everybody, all the teams that joined us tonight. It's been fun. It's fun to do this every year. Listen, we're going to do this together. I don't know what we're about to see, but we're going to click the fantasy draft outro. See you guys.
I sat through all of that for that?
28 minutes.
F*** you. Whoever booked that, and I think I know who it might have been, a hearty f*** you. What a goddamn f***ing waste of time.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Blinkers Off. Join our horse racing community at racingdudes.com and follow us on Twitter at racing_dudes. Want to make money betting horses? Bet with the Racing Dudes.